So, welcome back in my YouTube channel, and it's been a while since I made a technical video when I simulate some tools. Basically, I'm super happy to back in this because a lot of technical videos that I'm preparing for the next period. So today I'm coming back with something super interesting. So here's the thing. Last period, I was searching for a WAF, a web application firewall, searching for something that open source, and then I was checking some articles, checking, some resources, and I found something really interesting. So I found a WAF that calls SafeLine. It's recommended a lot by a lot of friends, and I wanted just to try it. And I tried it. I found out that, like it's an open source, they have good functionalities, and in one command, you can implement it. So it's super easy when it comes to deployment. In this video, we're gonna discover SafeLine from the installation process to discover its functionalities. So let's go. So first thing first, if you want to discover more about SafeLine, I recommend to go to their GitHub. So I'm gonna put all the links later on the description of the videos. So basically here they are putting everything. So they have their websites, documentations, a live demo, which is really so interesting. We're gonna basically try to access that later. Okay, as an introduction, they say SafeLine is a self-hosted WAF to protect your web app from attacks and exploits. A really classical description from a WAF product. So this is how it works basically. So here, what I like about the features. So we have the block web attacks, kind of XAC, CCRF. We have CRF injection. So yeah, I mean, this is super interesting. And we have the rate limiting, antibody challenge, authentication challenge, and dynamic protection. All right, so this is kind of cool. What we have also here, they are putting some screenshots. So, like this is makes you have like an idea how things works about the interface and all of that. And yeah, I like this point too, by the way. So here they are putting a table with what they call effect evaluation, where they compare the different kind of modes in kind of like another WAFs, like mode security, Cloudflare free, and SafeLine balance and SafeLine strict. So you actually can shake all of that, and we want to just test it. So yeah, and here they say like, yes, SafeLine is a production ready, so you can deploy that in your production environment. And absolutely, it's not protecting over those kind of websites, which is a big number. And yeah, over like 180,000 installation worldwide. I'm super interested to go through the installation process and all of that. So yeah, I mean, in their GitHub, you're gonna find everything, and I think like it's a really, really well explained. All right. So let's go right now. I can say to their website. So okay, this is we're gonna check it later. It's the live demo. So their website here, it's a super clear one. It contains those kind of information we found out in the GitHub repo. Okay, so we have here the personal use, or when we talk about the pricing. For me personally, I found it as a personal free use, and when I see something like it's an open source, free, easy deployments, this is my kind of thing. So I found out that okay, so we have here for nothing, like you have to pay, you don't have to pay anything. You can go for intelligent semantic analysis detection. We have some website identity authentications, DDoS, DAX protection. So, and about the pricing, for the other ones, we have the Lite and the Pro version. For the Lite, you have the geo blocking, Prothroot IP, and also personal data edition of features. So, yeah, I mean, this is interesting. For the Pro, we have all those kind of features. So, if you feel that you want to go for the Pro, absolutely, this is your choice. So here for the personal use, you can add only 10 apps, and you can even in the light version, you can protect 10 apps too. So, but here there is no limit for the number of the apps, okay, for the Pro version. So it depends on you, and it depends your environment and what you want to protect. And right now, coming to the installation. So here, basically, if you want to go to the documentation, you'll find everything really super clear and explained. And this is what I like about it, that the structures is not really that kind of complicated to understand. So here, first of all, they gonna give you the dependencies of what you need to prepare in your environment in order that gonna work. So first of all, they say like it's work in the Linux, so feel free if you wanna use in the Linux distributions. The thing here that you have to install a Docker and you have basically to have a Docker compose. Now, let me tell you something that those kind of things, they can be installed by the auto deployment script. But if you want to go for a manual installation, you can do it. And here, as a minimum environment, you have basically to prepare one core CPU, 1 GB memory, and 5 GB as a disk. All right, so here, if you want to check the health of the environment and to confirm that your environment is kind of adaptive to that kind of a requirement in order that SafeLine works perfectly. So here's the magic, and I like it so much. Now, basically, and here's the great point that I liked a lot. So here that they have the automatic deploy, just in one command, you can go for all the installation process, or you have the manual deploy. So for the manual deploy, it gives you the instructions to install the Docker, absolutely to create the SafeLine directory and all of that. But why you really want to waste your time if you can basically install the whole thing using one command. So we're gonna take this command and absolutely we're gonna install it on our machine. So for the installation process, I'll be using a Ubuntu desktop machine. Absolutely, this is a depend on you if you want to use any other distributions in order to install SafeLine. So the installation, as I mentioned before, it's a really super easy one. All what you have to do is just to take the automatic deploy command, and in just one command, you can just do everything about the deployment and no time really to waste. But here again, absolutely, we have to install a Docker and Docker Compose. Now, the thing that I want just to tell you that if you are not installing Docker and Docker Compose, can be done through the script too. But I did that manually. Again, we're gonna just put it here, and don't forget to put yourself as a root always, and basically it's gonna do everything for you. Now here we have to choose our um, process here. Yeah, we're gonna go for installation. So what I like about it here is that they give you actually like if your environment is ready to install the SafeLine or not. If not, it's gonna give you the specific point which is missing to fix in order to install the WAF. So here we're gonna go for installation environment check path. Okay, let's go for the default path. I'm gonna take a little bit of time. It's updating the point and configuration file, and it's gonna start to pull the image. Okay, we are here in the right path, and basically everything gonna go fine for us. So this is gonna take a little bit of time in order to make everything set up. And I think like after the installation, it's gonna give you like a name of the user, which is an admin by default, and your password, which is gonna be generated. So after the installation is complete, now they're gonna provide you a password to access with. So for me, I just forgot this password. What I'm not gonna do right now is to click on forgot your password. With this command, we gonna put it here on our terminal, and it's gonna generate for you a new password to access with. So here we go. We're gonna take this one, and absolutely I can use it to access SafeLine. Awesome. So here, basically, we go to the interface. It's a friendly one, and it's not really complicated, really, to understand what its functionalities. Here, we're going to have some stats. We have the application that we're going to protect. We're going to deploy one. We're going to use in this video the DVWA, which is Downloadable Web App. I'm sure that we all use that in our childhood. Okay, here the kind of the attacks gonna show you, the attack that happened on your website. All right, so we have here what we call the customized rules. So it's gonna work as a firewall here. So here we have the HTTP flood and rate limiting. We're gonna play with that later. we have a waiting room, anti-bot, and the authentication features. Really, it's a super interesting as a free use with a 10 app to protect. So we're gonna start with the first move, and we will add our application. For me here, it's gonna ask you absolutely about the domain. I'm gonna use target app point local. So for the port, I'm gonna use the 80. I'm not gonna use no HTTPS. And for the first proxy, now this is absolutely the server that hosts the downloadable web app, which is the metasploitable machine. So I'm gonna put its IP here. Right, 64.80. Okay, that's awesome. And absolutely, we can add it right now. Awesome. So it detected that it's on this server. And here, if we go to the details, it give you everything. It give you even like the features that it's applied on. We're gonna try this. So don't forget, if you want to go for the lab, to change the configuration in your local DNS file. So you make sure that you're gonna point on target at point local. Why we make this? Because we are saying that before going to the vulnerable web app, you have to pass, from the WAF. So that's why as a lab, it's good to know that, because many people sometimes make a mistake and forgot to change the settings of this file. So we're gonna play with that right now. So the first thing that we're gonna do, that we're gonna go for the downloadable web app. And as you can see, like, it's, this actually like interface of the downloadable web app, it's breaking many childhood memories. So let's try like something really kind of so basics, the SQL injection. So I'm gonna go for WS security, gonna make it low, click submit, go to the SQL injection, and we're gonna, start to play with a basic statements. We're gonna to submit, and here we have the first functionality of that WAF, which is protecting you from the attacks. And as you can see, like it really blocked the SQL injection attack. If we go here to statistics, we're gonna find out the number of requests that happen, today blocked, and absolutely if I go to the attacks, we're gonna find here the attack that happened, which is the SQL injection, and you can know more about it. So you can go here to the IP info, I guess. So you can know more about it. This is based on the intelligence search. So it's gonna tell you more about it, okay? So yeah, I mean, like I like these features, and it's gonna verify is there any bot, or is it classified as a bot? Um, all right. So here's the sync. It's clean, absolutely, because it's my local IP machine. So if I'm come here, so they say that they block it in attack, and attack count and the blocked. If I go right now to the date of that blocked attack, it's gonna tell me that it's a SQL injection attack. All right, so we can here have all the informations. And as you can see, it's a SQL injection attack. Bring me the IP address, the payload that it really used here, and absolutely the requests. Now, this is really fabulous. It's a well detailed, and I like it how much it's really so simple to use. So another feature basically to really test, and I like it so much, which is the HTTP flood. Now, in the HTTP flood, if we want to block, the number of requests that someone make, so this is going to be super useful. Now, if I want to just test this, for the duration, I'm going to put it in a 10 second. If someone makes 3 actually requests, it's going to be blocked and for 5 minutes. So again, they translate that for you, and they're going to be like, an IP has made 3 requests within a 10 seconds. This IP will be automatically banned for 5 minutes. Now, make sure when you go to your application, you find out the details and you find the feature is enabled. Okay, because some people sometimes they use this, but they forgot to enable the feature. All right, so HTTP flawed and everything is fine, safe. We can paint it in a waiting room. This is helps manage traffic spikes by creating excess visitors. So I'm not gonna use this for right now. I'm gonna use just the rate limiting. You can actually use the customized settings, but I'm gonna use the global. Save. And yeah, we can just right now test that. What if I go right now, coming back, gonna make a 3 request within 10 seconds. All right. And I just got blocked because I exceed the number of requests that happen. So it's gonna just block you down. All right. So I think like it's really, really amazing, as I said, as a tool. When we go to the HTTP flood, we can see like the IP address. It made 3 requests within 10 second actions. It's a blocked. Now, if I want to just unblock myself, you can just do it right now. We can unblock that IP. Um, I'll try another features, which is the authentication feature. So basically, this is one of the basic WAF, features, but I like the way that the graphical experience used here is super easy. So what I'm gonna do right now, that I'm gonna go to settings and I'm gonna add another user. Let's say that okay, so let's say that the username is a test. I don't know, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna use as a password. Absolutely don't do that. This is only for tests. Um, I'm gonna use the same login name. Don't do that again because people sometimes coming to the video and be like, "Whoa, you used it a really weak password," but this is for only a test environment. So here, absolutely, you can force what we call the TOTP. And also you can use your email and you could use your number in order for two-factor authentication. All right, so here we're gonna create a user and we go back to the application and don't forget to use the authentication, right? So here you have to select that this feature is enabled and we're going to use the account password. Another thing, access directly after authentication, okay? Because sometimes we need to approve. It's another actually option, but we need to access directly after using the credential of the user that we use. So if I'm going to back here to the app, all right. So we got to find here, if I'm going to make a new request to let you see it, we're gonna find that it's protected right now by a login and a password. So I'm gonna use the basic one, all right? So go for that user that we create. Not really so complicated to make. And we're gonna sign in. And we are entering here, and here we go. Seems everything is perfect. I like it a lot, these features. So to be honest, SafeLine has a lot of features to discover. It's not the wall thing. And absolutely, I'm inviting you to discover more about it. But another actually suggestions is to go to the live demo, because in the live demo, you can see and you can even try to manipulate some attacks and see how the WAF react itself. So basically, we're gonna do it right now. I'm gonna go to the live demo just to let you see that here you're gonna actually basically have the access to the pro features, and you can take a look about what's happening there. So first of all, as you can see, we have here the geolocalization, the requests, localization from where they come. You have the number of the requests, the visitors, the request IP, and the block it, in order to test that in the live demo. So we have the user client, response status, and if you go here to the applications, you have a multiple application to test on. So absolutely you have access to this one in a read only, but absolutely you can see, the attacks. You can see actually like the HTTP flood and rate limiting. You can see how the people they are really want to discover that safe line. And from the number of the requests, and you can really discover that it's a really, really something so cool. So, and another thing here, which is the features about allow and deny, it's kind of custom rule. Again, it's gonna be works as a firewall. So if you want to add your rule here, if you want to block an IP, you can just name it, make it a source IP or any application URL, and you can specify what can happen there. So as you can see, SafeLine, I really like it a lot. Really good experience because it's the first time that I go in out of the box and test really something new. Absolutely, they are putting all the policies. Absolutely, if you want to read it, they are clarifying everything about your data that collect, and they are really super clear about that. This really excites me more that a SafeLine gonna give a giveaway of 2 Pro Listens key. One of them is worth $300. So if you wanna really participate, you're gonna find all the details on the descriptions. And I hope that it gonna make you just discover how SafeLine work and make you really out of the box of other WAF solutions. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm gonna make more review videos later, and I'm preparing for something really so big on my YouTube channel. So don't forget to follow and stay safe.